Hey guys, it's me, and today I am here with a new makeup video. I know, shocker. That's all I've been doing lately, but I promise you, next week's video is not going to be a makeup video. So I'm going to be trying out a few products that are new to me. One of them is kind of sort of new to me. I've used it before, but not in this shade. And that is the foundation I'm going to be using today. But everything else I'm going to be using is pretty new to me, at least, because a lot of these items have been out for quite some time. And I'm also going to be trying out a eyeshadow as a bronzer today, which I haven't used this particular shadow as a bronzer, so yeah. So I'll go ahead and just walk you guys through the things that I'm going to be testing out today. So for foundation, I'm going to be trying out NYX Born to Glow, but this is in my proper shade, my actual shade. When I initially tried out this foundation, I think it was back at the early part of the year. I think it was in January when I tried it out. I had the shade Light Porcelain, but it was too light for me. And this is in the shade Porcelain, and it's actually a damn good match for me. I think this is like my proper shade and foundations and whatnot. It matches the Flesh Thick Stick foundation, Birthday Cake, this guy. They're the same exact shade. So, and this is a perfect match for me. So I'm guessing it's like my perfect shade. So I'm going to be trying that guy out today. And then as a base, since you guys know I don't use primers, I just simply moisturize my face and wish for the best. I actually picked up a sample from Sephora with one of my Sephora orders when I got the mini Norvina palette. I just have it out here because I'm going to use the mirror in it. So yeah, but when I got that guy, I picked up this as one of my samples, and it is the Vegan Milk Moisturizer. So I already have opened it and depotted it, essentially, and just put it in this little container here. It's just a little pot thing that I picked up off of Amazon. I got like a 12-pack of them. I've already tested it out just a little bit the other day, but I haven't tested it out as like a before makeup type of item. So we're going to give that a go. Let's see. The product I'm going to be testing out as a bronzer is a shadow from the Afrique palette from Juvia's Place. And it is the shade Cameroon. Yes. Yeah, Cameroon, which is this guy here. And hopefully it'll work as a good bronzer shade. I tried using the brown shade in the Zulu palette, but it was way too warm on me. It was way too orange. And I think this shade might be a little too orange for me as well. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some better control out of it. If I need to, I'll mix in a little bit of this shade here. This is Kissy. I'll probably mix in a little bit of that shade just to tone things down if it's just a little too warm. I haven't used this guy in a long time. I can't remember the last time I used it, but it's the NYX Glitter Primer. I'm going to be giving this guy a go because the shadow that I'm wanting to use today is very sparkly and very shiny, and also has a lot of fallout. It gets everywhere, so I'm going to use this guy in hopes that it'll like keep everything together. And then I have this guy here. This is a mini mascara. It is from Ilia, and it is the Limitless Lash Mascara. I picked this up from Sephora. It was a 100-point perk, so I went ahead and picked this guy up because I wanted to redeem my points and see if I was getting like a new item for free, essentially. And this was something that caught my eye because one, it's a mascara and I want to try out a new mascara, and also it's cruelty free. The Sephora order that I placed to get that mascara is actually this guy right here, and it is this palette from Lunar Beauty, and it is the Strawberry Dream palette. And this is a stunning palette. I just love these shades, and I love like the image is pressed on those center shadows. They are a bit like smeared out a little bit because I did swatch the shades when I got this guy. But yeah, super excited to play with this palette, especially this shade here. This is the shade I'm going to be playing with, and it's the one that's like super soft and sparkly. It has a lot of fallout to it. It's Blue Diamond. It is so pretty. It is such a beautiful shade, but it is extremely soft. And I was very scared that I was going to wind up arriving here broken because I knew that it was a soft shade. Because I think when Robbie D. Christie did her review on the Strawberry Dream collection, her Blue Dream, I mean not Blue Dream, Blue Diamond showed up broken because it is such a soft shade. But yeah, so that is the plan for today. I'm going to be playing with this guy here. This is like the main event. This palette has been out for quite some time. I think this palette released summer of last year. So yeah, I'm super excited to play with this. I have played with Lunar Beauty shadows before because I do have the Moon Spell palette, which was their limited edition holiday palette for 2019. And I'm super excited to give this guy a go. I really do like their formula. They have a really nice formula. And so I'm really excited to give this palette a go. I'm probably just going to do something like really basic and simple for me. So I really want to play with this Blue Diamond shade, but I also want to play with these two shades. And so I might throw a little bit of this shade into the mix as well. Maybe even a little bit of this hot pink. So I'm just going to be doing like a really simple eye look today, so nothing too extravagant. I just want to play a little bit. Oh, and also the shadows in here smell like strawberries. It's like a really, really pleasant strawberry scent. I love it. I think that is enough rambling and babbling on. Let's go ahead and start getting into things and start playing with makeup and having fun. But before we do that, if you guys are new here to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, and also while you're down there, give this video a thumbs up because that'll help me out a lot. All my links are down in the description box below. And yeah, let's do this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply fill in my brows using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe. This is nothing new to me. I've been using this guy for a minute now, and I really do like this pencil, as most people do. And it's one of the first like big brow products that ever hit the market. Really need to trim up my brows. Given the state of the world right now, I just can't really be bothered, because I don't really need to put myself together right now because of the fact that everything is closed. So it's just like, why put myself together? And also I don't have a job, so yeah, there's no telling when I'm going to get a job. I'm going to prime my eyelids using the e.l.f. Essential Eyelid Primer in Sheer. I'm just simply trying to use this guy up because I really do enjoy using the NYX HD concealer as an eyeshadow base. But I'm almost done using this guy, so I'm just going to try to finish up using it. I'm going to start out with just doing the one eye for right now, because I do not know how this makeup is going to go. Such a pleasant smell. So I'm going to start out by taking the shade Cloudy here. I'm going to take it on a fluffy blending brush here. And I'm just going to start by popping this into the crease. And use this as my transition shade. It's a really pale shade. So on my skin tone, like, it just adds like a really soft wash of color. It's a really nice, like, basic, like, if you want to do, like, a extremely soft makeup look, which you can easily do with this palette, this is a great shadow to use because of the fact that it is so soft and it is buildable, because as you can see, like, I've been building up the pigmentation on it, and it's building up quite nicely. And then on a smaller blending brush here, I'm just going to pick up the shade Skyline. And I'm just going to mainly focus this in the outer portion of the eye. Oh, that is a pretty color. I don't know what my deal has been lately, but I have been really gravitating towards like corally tones. For some reason, I am just obsessed with like coral tones and blush tones when it comes to eyeshadows. So if you know of like any good like rosy toned palettes, not like the, I think it's like the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a blush tone palette from ColourPop. That one is too peachy for my liking. Something that is more rose toned when it comes to blush tones. If you know of a palette that has that type of color scheme, let me know, because I am obsessed with those kinds of colors right now for some reason. Like corals and like rosy blush tones. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just in love with them right now. And I just need them in my life. I'm going to take a little bit of this further into the crease as well. I'm not taking like any extra product or anything like that. Just taking whatever is left on the brush and what's left on the lid and just taking that in just a little bit. Just to help deepen things up ever so slightly to add some extra definition in there. I think I'll deepen up the outer V just using this guy here. This is the shade Sunrise. And I'm just going to take it on this even smaller blending brush. And like I said, I'm just going to focus this in the outer V. I'm going to take the brush that I used to apply Skyline. And I'm just going to go over that. And I'm not picking up any extra product from Skyline. I'm just taking the brush itself and just going over that Sunrise shade. These shadows are blending really nicely. That's one thing that I do like about the Lunar Beauty formula is that the shadows blend beautifully. Try building that up just a little bit more. I'm not taking any extra product. I'm just using whatever is left on the brush. I'm just going to take the NYX glitter primer. Just going to put some on the back of my hand. I'm going to apply it using this brush here. This is a Real Techniques detailer brush. And I'm just going to pop this all over the lid. Then with a flat shader brush here, I'm going to pick up Blue Diamond. I might have to use a finger for this shadow, but I'm going to try out using a brush at first. Ooh. Oh, that is beautiful, honey. Damn, Manny, you did the thing. That shit is beautiful. Ooh. So I think using that glitter primer was actually a smart move for me. Because I know that shade, like when I swatched it, it kind of went everywhere. And I was finding this shade all over me for like the next few days after I had swatched it. And like just to show you guys just like how soft it is. Like that's how it looks in the pan right now. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it is a very soft shade. So definitely keep that in mind. Alright, so now I'm just going to go back in with that eyeshadow primer. Pop some on the bottom lid here. Which, by the way, I always blend out my eyeshadow primer using this brush here. This is the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. It's really dense, and it's just really nice for blending out eyeshadow primers or even concealer on the under eye. So highly recommend it. And on the bottom lid, I'm just going to take Cloudy and Skyline and just pop them onto the bottom lid. I'm just going to take Cloudy and just dust it down there. Using that same blending brush from earlier that I used to apply it with onto the top lid. Applying Skyline using that same blending brush that I used earlier as well. I will take some of Sunrise and just pop this along the lash line in that outer portion. And start blending it inwards. I mainly focus the deposit of color right in that outer corner, and then whatever is left on the brush, just bring it in and blend it through. Like so. Wow, these shadows are so lovely and pretty. Ooh, I love them. I love them so much. On the inner corner, I'm going to take the shade here, which is Lightning. And I'm going to pop that in the inner corner, just on the inner tear duct there. That is really yellow. I didn't think it was going to be that yellow on the eye. Oops. Well, I'm playing with makeup, kids. That is a really pretty shimmer, though. Okay, so I think I'm done with this eye, so I'm going to go ahead and do this over on this side. Well, actually, let's go ahead and try out this mascara real quick. Remember, this is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. Let's go ahead and try this guy out. This is the wand, by the way. It's a little spiky and it's short, which I actually prefer these kinds of mascara wands. Wow, that is a pretty mascara. That looks really nice. Let's see, I'm gonna see if it has like a shorter side. Yeah, I'm gonna take the shorter side here, run this along the bottom. Ooh, that looks great on the bottom lashes. Hold up, let me zoom you guys in so you can see these bottom lashes. Ooh, yeah, that is great. Really like this mascara. This is a great mascara. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this over on this eye and then we'll be back for the face. Okay, so I forgot to do brow bone highlight, so I'm just gonna take that lightning shade. I'm just gonna take a little bit of it up here. I'm not gonna do a lot. Just gonna take a smidgen of it. Highlight those brow hairs that are trying to grow back in. So the eyes are done, and I love this eye look. I was a little bit worried about like the inner corners for a bit, but now they've really grown on me, and I'm really liking them. I also really love that mascara. It doesn't look that great over on this eye, but that's because my eyelashes have been growing in super weird on this eye. Like, let me zoom you guys in so you can see them, because now that I have mascara on, you can really just see how weird my eyelashes are behaving on this eye. For some reason, they're curling inward, or they're just growing in straight on. Like, it's really weird right now. I don't know why they're doing it. And this eye is trying to do that as well. It's weird. I don't get it. Really like this palette. I will note this though. The matte shades do kick up a little bit in the pan for those of you who might find that to be concerning. It's not a big deal to me. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and pop on some of this Milk moisturizer here. Start out with this much product first. Because from what I remember when I first tried this out the other day, is that a little bit of this stuff goes a long way. I'll need more down here though. It feels really nice when it first goes onto the skin. It's a little bit thicker in consistency from what I'm used to when it comes to moisturizers. A lot of the moisturizers that I've used and have been loving are really thin in consistency. This one is just a little bit more thick, but it still goes a good ways. I'm just going to let this sink into the skin for a bit. Now we're going to move on into foundation. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be using the NYX Born to Glow in the shade Porcelain. Just going to be using my Real Techniques sponge for this. And just going to start pouncing this on. I'm using this sponge today because I'm wanting to do a haul video in probably maybe 2 days. And I want my new Japanese sponges to be clean for that video. The foundation is going on really nicely. And as you can see, it's not super duper pale on me, which is great. See what I mean by this being like a good like shade match for me? Because it just looks like my actual skin just like cleared up a bit. And flawless. Let's see how it looks over the nose. It does smell weird though. I don't know what it is, but it just smells odd. Like, I don't want to say that it smells like paint, but it kind of smells like paint. To all you guys out there who might watch my videos, I have a question. How can I get my beard to grow in more full? Because as you can see, it grows in full in some areas, but others it doesn't. Because I would love for it to grow in full along my jawline, but it doesn't for whatever reason. If you know how I can make it grow in more full in those areas and in the other parts that it doesn't want to grow in full, let me know. And I'm just going to use this brush here. This is the Real Techniques, I think it's the shader brush. I think that is what it's called. Yeah, the medium shader brush. Really love using this brush for cream products, like concealer and like foundation and like larger areas like this. And then like getting it along like the inner portions in here. Like getting in around the under eye, around the nose. Alright, so now I'm just going to comb through my beard with a spoolie. Using a different spoolie this time around. Oh, got a giant flake of skin right there. Okay, come on. You can do it. There we go. I have eczema, kids. Good tip for those of you who have facial hair and wear foundation. Use a spoolie to comb through the hair to get rid of the foundation. I'm going to pop on my first layer of setting spray. This is the Flower Beauty Hydrating Setting Spray. So let's go ahead and try out the bronzer bit. And so I'm going to take the shade Cameroon here. I'm just going to pick it up on this Real Techniques blush brush. And just start bronzing up the face. Trying to go in pretty soft because I know when I used an eyeshadow as bronzer last week, I went a little too heavy-handed and I think I picked up too much right there. But yep, there's already a lot right there. I'll clean it up in just a bit, kids, don't worry. Now this one actually doesn't look half bad on the face. I just need to learn how to apply bronzer better is all. Because I'm so new to the world of bronzer. I was using a bronzer last summer, but it was way too orange for me, and so I stopped using it. Alright, so I'm just going to go over that bronzer with a sponge real quick, just ever so lightly. Just to help blend it into the skin a little bit more. Who knows, I might just not be good with like powder bronzers and whatnot. I might just have to start using like cream bronzers in the future, which I do want to try out. So yeah, that just might be the world for me. Now I'm just going to dip into the Douce Palette here. I'm going to use Creme as a blush and then Puffs as a highlighter. Picking up Creme with this Royal Lanicle powder brush. I find that it gives me like a really soft and nice blush application. Although I think it might have went in a little heavy there. And now I'm just going to take puffs on this blending brush here. I don't know why, I just really love applying highlighter using a blending brush. Last round of setting spray. For lips, I'm going to use this guy from Anastasia. This is their liquid lipstick in Hudson. This is a mini. Now, if I had one of those like coral lipsticks that Anastasia has, like the coral collection that was released when the first of the Norvina palettes came out last year, it would go even better with this look. But this is a good option as well. here is the makeup for today. I really like it. I think that is really pretty. I love the eyes the most. The eyeshadows are absolutely stunning. The mascara is absolutely lovely. I love how the mascara looks, especially on the bottom lashes. It looks really good on the bottom lashes. And I love how the foundation just doesn't make me look super pale either. I've wondered, like, am I really this pale? And now that I've learned that I'm not that pale, I'll have to get back to you guys on the moisturizer, but so far I am liking it. It is a nice moisturizer. I'll have to try it out just on like a regular day though as well to get like better use out of it and everything, to see how it works, because I mean it is a skincare item and skincare items tend to take a bit more time to learn how they work. Using that eyeshadow as a bronzer was a bit okay. Like I mentioned, like I don't know if it's just like how I'm applying the product or if it's the product itself, but I've just been struggling with bronzers and whatnot, so I might just be like a cream product ass bitch and just have to stick with creams, which if that's the case, I'm gonna be totally fine with it because that means less powder, less dryness on my face. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, until I see you guys in my next video, whenever the hell that may be. Bye.